Kinkos, I see they tryna copy. Diamonds in the chains, bust down wrists. And you ain't never seen no like this. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold. Chillax, 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 chillax. Chillax, 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 chillax. Chillax, 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 chillax. Chillax, 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 chillax. Relax, 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 relax. Oh. Relax, 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 relax. Oh. Relax, 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 relax. Oh. Relax, 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 relax. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold.
It's one of them ones, man. We just in the car, man.
We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Green Bay Packers. Now Jones. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. 30. The 20. Touchdown, L.A. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Sturgis for the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A first down throw for Kaiser. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Ito Smith, his first carry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Kaiser now to throw on first down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On 3rd down, Kaiser. Wide open receiver, complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. A first down carry for Smith. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Kaiser now on 2nd down. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Kaiser to throw it. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Ito Smith, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Now Jones. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Chargers. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. Escaping the pressure right. Hunter Henry brings it in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And they'll run it here. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6. And it's up and good. That pushes the lead now to 15-7. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Kaiser. He's got his target. It's caught. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And tough sledding. You'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a 2nd down throw for Kaiser. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Kaiser now. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. To the air again, Kaiser. Eluding the pressure right. Kaiser hit, and he lost the football. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Back to throw here. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Watch him now, Barney.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Let's go. 319. 319.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a play fake here on first down. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Muhammad Wilkerson in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Henry. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Now the ball comes loose, and this is going to be Packer football.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
Here we go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. They go play action here on 1st down. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Come on, let's go!
Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards. Kaiser now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down.
Let's go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2nd down, Kaiser. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
Let's go! Ryan 38! Ryan 38!
On play action, Kaiser looking deep downfield, trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Now let's go. Green 39.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. And now the Packers going to take another timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. He'll drop to throw. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go! Red 38! Red 38!
They'll start out on the ground with a Ajayi. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
Play fake. Kaiser. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Final play of the half. Kaiser. Looking deep for Adams. And this one is incomplete. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So we have reached halftime. Intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Off the play fake, Kaiser, and his throw is going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. A 2nd down throw now for Kaiser. Quick hitter here, it's complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They'll try to get the offense going with Hill. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Again, they run with Hill, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
On first down, Hill. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, it's Hill. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting... And intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. The Pro Bowler, Muhammad Wilkerson, brings him down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There was nothing available there for him.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They go play action. Kaiser. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Melvin Ingram in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year. So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. Kaiser hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
And they'll run it here. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Back now at Lambeau. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. On play action. They'll throw. He's going to fire one deep. Middle. And got his man. Complete. The 40. 20. 10. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Travis Benjamin, 93 yards. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll throw here. Kaiser. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time. Well, they had held him pretty well in check, but if you recall back in the first quarter, you said they needed to avoid the big play. He finally gets loose.
And the thing about it doesn't have to be a bunch of big plays. Sometimes one big play can be enough. That's why it's tough to deal with a guy like that.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On second down, here's Smith. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
The Packers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now Kaiser. Drops it on to Ajayi. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. 4th down, Kaiser, desperation time. The open man is Smith. And he's taken down inside the 30. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. From the gun, Kaiser. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And Hopkins' kick is no good. It's wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And on the ground they go with the running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. 3rd and 10. Expect a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
On 3rd down, here's Hill. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Caleb Sturgis now for the Charger field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Now the Packers get set to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
Hey, watch it, watch it! Bang, 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 bang!
On 2nd down, Kaiser again. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Packers on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10.
Come on, let's go. Red 38.
Play action now. Kaiser. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Come on.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that.
Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Come on, let's go.
Kaiser now after the fumble recovery. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Adams. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
Kaiser to throw it. Brought in over the middle by Glenn. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Flex round. Flex round.
On 1st and 10, Kaiser. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Again, it's Hill. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for our visitors, the final 2 weeks are going to take